Well, officially my new podcast, question mark. I don't know how I'm going to go from here, but I guess I owe you guys some sort of explanation on what's been going on. So the past few months or so, actually starting back in middle of January, I had some mental health issues. I got really depressed, and that wasn't fair to my wife and child, and soon to be child. It's not funny, but I was facing depression big time, and I came to a realization that I need to stop trying to please people, and I need to do what's best for me. So from now on, this podcast is going to be what I want it to be. When I first started this podcast, it was all about not having a topic or just having a open concept and having it open for whoever and whenever somebody wants to come on and just talk about nothing. But as of right now, that's all going to change. Of course, I want anybody and everybody to listen to this, because I do have a couple messages that eventually I'm going to get into and I want to talk about, like depression and suicidal thoughts and stuff. I just know there's not a whole lot of things out there that talk about it, and a lot of people just kind of want to sweep it under the rug, but it is a big deal, and it is something that I just recently have been going through, and that's one of the reasons why I haven't been recording, on top of all other sorts of stresses going on in life. But it is something that I want to talk about, and I want to get into some more deeper topics. I'm still going to stay away from mainly the political side of what society is talking about. I want to as much as possible, but I am going to get more into my religion with this podcast. So if that is not something that you guys want to hear, want to talk about, of course I'm going to encourage you to stay and listen, because maybe you can pull something out of this, and maybe learn something that you didn't know about the Christian faith before. I know the past few episodes, and I'm planning on keeping my previous episodes up just to show where I was and where I've come from. So as far as the Christian faith, like I said, if that's not for you, of course I'm going to encourage you guys to stay, but I don't blame you for leaving. This isn't going to be for everybody, and I totally understand that, and this is just something where I feel like I need to go with myself, and talking about my Savior, Jesus Christ, talking about my faith in Him, and understanding where I came from is something that I really feel like needs to be talked about, especially on my podcast, the thing that I created. So it's gonna be one heck of a turn, especially with the last episode I left off with, which was basically the creative side of me coming out with Evil Cody, and that was actually where my dark thoughts were leading. Was I had this vision of a darker version of myself, and I kind of wanted to bring that out in the world. But now where I want to go is, instead of doing it in a creative fashion, as far as creating a character who is an evil version of myself, I'm going to actually go through with talking about what's bothering me, and talking about what what's going on with life and how to deal with certain things. So from here on out, I just want everybody to understand that this is something I need to do. It's going to be more of a therapy for myself, but I do want people to continue interacting with me and talking with me and on social medias and stuff like that. So right now, this is just me explaining what's going on. It's going to be another short episode, probably 15 minutes long, if that. But I just wanted to kind of let you guys know, kind of get a better understanding of what my plan is for the future of this podcast. I am going to be changing the name. It's not going to be Talking Crap with Cody anymore. It is going to be Uncomfortable, which is the term itself comes from a song, an album from Andy Mineo, which is one of my favorite Christian rappers. And in the song, he's talking about, if you want to, glorify God, if you want to be strong in your faith, you're going to have to live uncomfortable. And if you want to succeed in life, if you want to be the best you can be, you're going to have to be uncomfortable. So this is what this podcast is going to be, is that I'm striving to be the best I can be. I'm going to be somebody that isn't, following the strides and going with normal societal standards as what success is supposed to be. I'm successful as far as being happy and being content with my life. Not a lot of people can say that. I know that's kind of contradicting what I said prior. Yes, I was going through depression, but I've gotten that figured out. And I also kind of want to move forward from that. And doing so, I feel like talking about my faith will help me lighten up my overall attitude and come back into a better mindset of who I really want to be. So what you can expect from here on out is obviously Christian talk, talking about faith, depression and how I've handled it and where I was, the thoughts that I was thinking, and basically everything that comes with the stress and of dealing with depression. So if that's something you guys don't want to deal with, then I'm sorry, but that's where this podcast is heading. And I got a couple people lined up on who's going to be on the podcast. I hope everything works out. As we know, with the Basement Dwellers and prior Talking Crap with Cody segments, I haven't been able to get my guests to actually come on to the show, except for Marshall. So thank you, Marshall, for the first episode of Talking Crap with Cody. Appreciate it. But I haven't been able to get people on here to talk, and it's been hard. It's been hard to schedule. I get life. It comes with, a busy schedule. So it's just, like I said, from here on out, though, like, you can expect a better or a more uplifting quality of content from me. And like I said, I got a couple people lined up, and I hope everything works out the way I intend it to. Sometimes it doesn't, but anyways, I think I'm just talking in circles now. I might just leave this episode here. It's another really short one, less than 10 minutes right now as far as recording, and then whatever editing happens. So I will say thank you all for giving me the opportunity to talk. Thank you for lending me your ears, and thank you for giving me the push I need to get into a better direction. So I'm gonna work on a new intro and a new sign out. So just for right now, I love you guys and have a blessed day.